Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this very special edition of Cosmic Conversations. This was something that I was inspired to do this afternoon, is to come to you with just a special edition. I'm going to concentrate on readings tonight, so whoever shows up and wants to be part of our talk tonight and get a message of empowerment. That's what I want to do tonight. A couple things before we get started. Big thanks to Rob, who said that he was available and willing to produce tonight, because that's the other thing. I have lots of help and support in doing this show, and so he was willing to be part of this, to bring to all of the Star Nations community this special edition of Cosmic Conversations. Wanted to start off with two really short things, and then we will get right into the readings. Right now, we are experiencing Mercury Retrograde. Woo! Mercury, that guy in the sky that's all about learning and communication and how we think and how we process details. And also how we're able to move around in our community, how we can move around in kind of our local neighborhood, go down to the store, to the post office, and interact with our neighbors, with siblings. So all of those good sorts of things in our local environment. I think Mercury gets a little bit of a bad rap sometimes. We think, oh, Mercury retrograde, that means this thing's going to happen and that thing's going to happen. And we know, as the community of like minds and understanding how things work, that Mercury retrograde is a time of reflection, maybe refocusing, maybe reinvention. And what may not be so apparent is there is a time that leads up to the retrograde. There's the time of the retrograde, and then there's the time that's on the other side of the retrograde. And this time and this time, those are called the shadow periods. And those are really when we are presented with some themes and topics in our personal lives that we may need to revisit and refocus and realign and revive, or any of those RE words that you can think of during the retrograde period. And then on the other side, leading out of retrograde, is when we get to assimilate and integrate and begin to flex those muscles and practice the new ways that we're thinking about things, or the ways we're receiving information or learning, or even how we're moving about in our local environment. And so we've got some folks coming on tonight. I'm so glad that you are here. Rochelle says, good evening. Hello. Thank you for coming on. And Maureen, my dear friend Maureen, is here. Yay! I texted her this afternoon, and because I know she's got some things going on, she says, I was looking for something good to do tonight, relaxing. So I appreciate you coming on. And then we have Dina. Oh, hi, Rochelle. If you're doing readings, do one for me. Exactly. Yes, we're going to get to the readings right away. Hello, Adina. I'm glad that you are here. Thank you for joining me on Cosmic Conversations. And Clara, glad to be here tonight. I'm glad you're here too. And Rob has taken some time to share it to the Tarot Journey page, which is my other author page and also to my personal page. And if you have it on your heart tonight and you would like to share it out to a group or a special person who might want an empowerment message or on your personal timeline, that would be wonderful for anyone who might want to get in on the cosmic conversation and learn a little bit more about what we're talking about and get some of those good vibes going. Thank you, Rob, for being over there in YouTube land, and Kimberly Griffiths all the way across the pond, as we say here. So thank you all for being here. So taking just this next minute to talk a little bit about the Mercury retrograde shadow periods that brings us some focus information. Then we kind of work on it, and then we integrate and assimilate and work on our muscles. So during this particular time, we have Mercury, which is our mind and the way we communicate, and the vehicles of how we move around in our world. And those vehicles include our cars and the trains, planes and automobiles, and our phones and our iPads and our computers. All of those good sorts of things are vehicles of the way we communicate and move around in our world. And it's doing its work this time in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is that cosmic genius that invented the World Wide Web and computers and bringing humanity together in those kinds of ways. So just giving you some ideas of what we are all experiencing, but how it looks in your life might be a little bit different. And I'll just quickly share with you a couple of recent experiences that I've had with Mercury retrograde giving me some things to work on. So yesterday, I was supposed to have an early morning appointment with someone, and the wires got crossed and we didn't make the time. I'm on one time zone, the person's on the other time zone, and so we didn't connect, which was actually a good thing for me because I'd just gotten out of the shower and I was trying to get myself all settled before we connected, and so we didn't get to meet. And then I decided to go pick up my online grocery order. I like to do that now, just instead of tooling my cart around in the store, I can just order it online and then go pick it up. I love those conveniences. And I got home with my grocery order and I'm opening the refrigerator to put things away, and two things in the refrigerator have just busted open and spilled, and juice and yuck kind of all over the place. And I thought, just when I got all my groceries inside on the table and I'm getting ready to put everything away, so I had to stop what I was doing right in the middle of my task and clean the refrigerator. And instead of just cleaning one or two shelves where there was the really big mess, I did the whole shebang. And it was a good thing because I got rid of old soy sauce and ketchup packets and, things like that. When was the last time that I did a clean out? I can't tell you. So it was actually a good thing, but it really made me stop, put aside my real focus task and take care of something so then I could go forward again. So that's just a recent example of what I have experienced. And since Mercury was actually stationing yesterday, when that happens, the stationing days, what that means is coming up to the retrograde, Mercury stops, and then it appears that he does his turnaround. So yesterday was the time of he's turning around, kind of like a model on the catwalk, turning around real slowly. So those stationing days are typically the ones that feel more wonky. Some kind of weird things can happen during those stationing days. So that was yesterday, the 30th. And then on February the 20th is the other stationing day where he's going to turn back around to go forward. I don't know how that's looking on your screen. So I'm going this way, which is my forward, and that way is my backward. But I don't know what that looks like on your screen. So just kind of adjust to your direction as you see fit there. So maybe you have a quick story that you can share about how Mercury is presenting something to you for you to notice and possibly rework in these 3 weeks. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, I'm going to watch my life for these 3 weeks of when I need to have more patience, when I may need to actually stop what I'm intending to do, take care of something that I wasn't intending to do before I get to come back and, take care of the thing that I really wanted to do. Just like my groceries. I had all my groceries brought in. They're all over the table. I put the stuff in the pantry that needs to go there and la-di-da-di-da. And I'm getting ready to put the cold things in the refrigerator, but I have to stop, take care of that. Otherwise, if I just put all my stuff in the refrigerator and there's a mess in there, then everything gets messy. So I needed to have taken care of that before I go. So, let's set some sacred space since we're going to be doing readings tonight, getting into that place of from our head space into our heart space. And Mercury rules the lungs and our arms and hands. So I'm going to ask you, wherever you are, to place your feet on the floor and imagine that they are connecting to the earth. And you might want to take your hands like I am and rub them together, and your hands feel the warmth in between them. And when you feel like you have the warmth between your hands, taking a deep breath in. And if you can imagine here between your hands, maybe you can see it, but you can feel the energy there. And maybe the energy is a little bit bigger. Might feel like you're squeezing on a balloon a little bit. And take a deep breath in. And blow between your hands, envisioning love. Love right there. And taking another deep breath in and then blowing between your hands into that balloon that you have there in between your hands. And this time, the focus word of intention. Intention. And this time, the last focus word, taking a deep breath in and blowing in there, practice. practice. Practice meaning that we are going to walk our talk. We're going to do what our intention is. And now taking your hands, opening them up like you're holding a bowl in your hands. And then I'm going to ask you to dump the bowl all over your head and down your front and down your sides, and just let the love and the intention and the practice just dribble all over you, kind of like you're in the shower, or kind of like you're literally dumping that on your head. So let's do that now with a breath in and dumping it down all over you. And in your heart, affirming me, my feet are connected to Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. My whole body, my organs, cells, and bones are connected to my feet, connected to Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. And all of my chakras and energy centers and my meridians, my etheric field, are creating one big, beautiful, unified field within and throughout my whole heart center. And my heart center now is connecting to the divine light of heaven. And I'm grounded, and I'm centered, and I'm protected. Amen, amen, and amen. I like that. And you can kind of shake out your arms and hands. Mercury rules your arms and hands too. So you can just shake out get your wiggles out. There you go. So I would like to start with the readings tonight. So whoever would like to have a message of empowerment, maybe a focus for this 3-week period of the Mercury retrograde, you can just raise your hand in the chat room and Rob will get you up on the screen. Tonight I'm using the work by my friend Suzanne Amara. These are light code. This is artwork, honestly. Light encoded artwork. She made these wonderful cards, these soul alchemy cards, 12 divine light codes. So you can see this is like the cover, the front, and they're huge. So here is a card from a regular tarot deck that I have, and this is the soul alchemy card. It's about 5 by 7. They are huge works of art, but I just got them. I ordered them before the end of the year, and they just now came. They came all the way from England because she's across the pond there. And so I'm going to use these to bring forth whatever message of empowerment and light wants to come through. And I see Dina Harpenall says, I love Suzanne Amara. Yeah. Now, I have not had an opportunity to listen to her. She does actual live light code sessions online. And she invites her whole Facebook community there that you can watch her do the light code that she does, her special artwork in the light language. And it just is so fascinating. I've not had a chance to be part of those live sessions because usually when she's doing that work, because she's over in England, it's my working time, so it doesn't coordinate with my schedule, but I'd like to be able to see that. All right, Rob. Who has raised hand first? Yes. Miss Rochelle, I hope you're doing well. Now, the way this works for me is I shuffle them. They're on cardstock, but I'll need to probably, if I'm going to continue using these for readings, which I probably will, I will need to get them, laminated, more sturdy. But I shuffle until the one that is for you comes out. So if I'm looking down and I'm kind of making movements, that's what I'm doing. I am shuffling. And for you, look at this beautiful light code. And this says the diamond light of connection, synchronicity, mystery, inner gaze, and invocation. So, Rochelle, it's time for a sacred ceremony between your mental mind and your higher mind to bring in the spiritual wisdom of your light ancestors. The great mystic Carl Sagan, he said that we're all made of star stuff. The calcium in our bones, and the oxygen we breathe, the nitrogen in our blood, the carbon in our apple pies, they all came from exploding stars way back bazillions and quadrillions of years ago. And we're made of that same stuff. So the light message that wants to come through tonight for you, Rochelle, is that having a sacred ceremony, a uniting of the mental mind and your higher mind. They're not giving me much more information than that. Just inviting your light ancestors to come in. And I might start with, if you say, my light ancestors, who are those people? If you think about your zodiac sign, that is the constellation, the grouping of star beings in that formulation, that you were born through that portal of that constellation. So starting with, the light beings that are part of the constellation that I was born in. Maybe it's Taurus or Aquarius now that we're in the month of Aquarius, or Scorpio or Libra, or whatever that is for you, starting with those light beings. So there is your message tonight, Miss Rochelle. And thank you for tuning in. Who is next? Oh, hello, Carol. I'm glad to see you tonight. Thank you for stopping in. So I'm shuffling, and the one that is for you is popping out right now. Oh, this is one of my favorites. It's so pretty. Look at that. I'm going to hold it back a little bit from the camera so you can hopefully see the whole thing. Look at those wonderful dolphins. That dolphin energy. And it says, inner magic, surrender, Lemurian ocean blessing, adventure, joy and bliss, sensuality and playfulness. So yes, it's all about get out there and kick up your heels. And if it's warm enough, go swing on the swing set, blow bubbles in your milk. Get yourself some really fuzzy bunny slippers, something that's going to make your inner child really just smile and glow. Maybe it's a coloring book and some color pencils or some crayons. giving yourself that permission to really do something enjoyable. If you really enjoy relaxing in the bathtub with a steamy romance novel, I don't know, or a mystery, something that you really enjoy, allowing yourself that opportunity to do so. But the dolphin energy is coming through, telling me that this feels like more of a dancing around, more of a movement kind of thing. So maybe there is a belly dancing class that you'd like to take, or Tai Chi or yoga, or maybe you're joining a walking club, something that kind of gets your body moving to give you some more of that youthful glow, even more than you already do. Yeah. I'm going to hold this closer. I just love those dolphins in there. Here, let me try it like that. I just love this. These are such gorgeous, gorgeous art pieces. So there you are, Carol. Thanks for stopping in tonight for this cosmic conversation. Who is next? Ah, Clara. Yes. Let's see. What is your message tonight? Ooh, this one's pretty. There we go. This one says, Garden of Terra, Divine Earth, Living Prayer, Sacred Breath, Elemental Wisdom, Nature, and Balance. So Terra means star in Sanskrit. But as soon as I saw this, it reminds me of the Buddha. So it reminds me of that ability to enjoy and be satisfied even if something has to end. And what I mean by that is when we go to the movie theater and maybe we're really excited, we get to see Wonder Woman, or we get to see a Marvel movie, or something that just really, yes, I want to see that. We get to enjoy it, but we know that the movie comes to a close and then we have to go back home and do our regular lives for the rest of the time. So it's okay to enjoy that movie experience. I'm just using that as an example, complete with the movie popcorn and the reclining seats and all of those good sorts of things. Enjoy it, and then we can let it go. So this is a message of inviting all of your senses during this Mercury retrograde: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, to really enjoy what they enjoy. And then letting it go when it's done. So the things that you see, the things that you read, the music that you listen to, the wonderful dishes and cuisine that you consume, and the beverages you drink, and the clothes that you wear. Enjoy what you're enjoying, but then you can let it go when it's done. Yeah. So there you are, Clara. And just so you know, I'm going to stay on tonight for everyone to get their reading. So we don't have to worry about time. Oh, my friend Allison is here. Hi, Dina. I will definitely get to you. My friend Allison from the West Coast is here. She's a wonderful artist. I saw her in the chat. All right, Dina, let's see. What message of the heart is for you tonight? Ooh. Ooh, I love this. Ooh, it says Christed flow, divine union, forgiveness, brain coherence, devotion, transformation, and intuition. When I saw this, I first thought of a snowflake. How each individual snowflake is different. Not one snowflake is the same as another one. And some of my friends over on the East Coast have several feet of snowflakes, and every single one of them different. How many millions and bazillions and quadrillions of snowflakes are in the 4 feet, 5 feet, however many feet of snow? How many? How many? I can't even count that high. I don't think I can. I saw this and I thought of a snowflake. And the message that wants to come through is the message from Christ. And it's that verse in the Bible that says, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." And that word fearfully, it kind of feels like a mistranslation, not like, "Oh, I'm afraid," but fearfully is like in awe of. You are made in awe and wonderfully. But there's only one of you. You are completely unique. And the divine almighty presence, some call that God or Allah or Buddha or Christ or Wakantanka, whatever you call that, does know how many hairs are on your head. And here's a special little kind of message that between now and Valentine's Day, the day of celebrating love, watch for a love message from God or the universe to come to you. A very special blessing that only the divine would know about. Something that will just make your heart leap for joy. Watch for that love note from the universe. So thank you for coming on tonight, Dina. I appreciate that. Yay. Clara says, "Thank you for the lovely reading. I will take that to heart and enjoy, then let it go." Yeah. Yeah. Card, please. Hello, Kimberly. Yes. I'm so glad that you're with me here tonight from across the pond. Ooh, and I like this one. Look at that. That looks like a Stargate to me. It looks like a portal into another dimension. It says invocation to source, presence, cosmic connection, perception, integration, stability, and imagination. I wonder, I'm being shown the aurora borealis, the northern lights. I don't know if you get to see them where you are. I think you're quite a ways north of where I am. But the message I'm getting is keep your eyes on the skies. And then I'm being shown these wonderful, like weaving creations of the aurora borealis. Possibly you're taking a trip up north where you can see these wonderful northern lights. That there is a special, how do I want to say, a special infusion of loving information from the divine for you with these northern lights. And I'm seeing lots of greens and some purples and yeah, and some of them looking like even little fireflies. So possibly it's some light beings to be part of that, or fairy beings. But keep your eyes to the skies. There you go. Thank you, Miss Kimberly. Of course, Miss Maureen. Of course, you get a lovely reading here. Let's see what's going to pop out for you. Oh, this. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to pull it back here so you can see the whole thing. Oop. Turn it toward the camera a little bit better. It says Sword of Unity, sovereignty, freedom, flexibility, integrity, and accountability. Now, what I'm drawn to right now are these figures here that it looks like the full moon and then the crescent moon for me. The waxing crescent and the waning crescent. This reminds me of the cycles of the moon and even here around the circle. I'm not doing very well with my pointing around, am I? Around the circle. Looks like the waxing and the waning of the moon. And what I'm hearing, this is very interesting, is that the songs that are being presented to you, like maybe you're going back to your old Spotify playlist. Like, I haven't listened to that song in I don't know how many years, but it's coming up again. The tones of the song, not necessarily the lyrics, but the melody, the beat, the frequency of that. I'm being shown like shaking a sack of sugar. It's like it's shaking out the old parts so that new can come in. So when you are drawn to a song from your older playlist and it brings up all the feels, because the moon is about feelings, and it's also about nurturing and taking care of yourself and self-soothing. So when all of those come up about, oh, remember when, this was me and my little sweet schnookums first dance, or we kissed to this song, or something along those lines. I don't know what. Or oh, I remember this song playing when my son went to his first dance, or those memories come up with the feels. Let them be felt so that they can be, so that any residue that doesn't fit anymore can kind of shake out. Just like we did right at the beginning, we kind of shook it all out of our arms and our hands, like, whoo, shake it off. Shake it off, baby, shake it off. But yeah, I'm really drawn to the message about the moons here, this moon energy. And it looks like the sword there. But look at that handle. That almost looks like a space station, too. There you are, Miss Marine. I'm digging these cards. I'm telling you. I just got them today, and I am digging them. Digging them. Mar, my friend Mar from Unity, Reiki Master, teacher. She's getting ready to, hello. she's getting ready to teach us a pour painting class. I'm excited. Where we get to really kind of center into ourselves and then do this intuitive art. And I love art. I love intuitive stuff. So I'm just all about this. All right, Miss Mara, what message of love wants to come out for you tonight? Oh, I gotta shuffle until the right one comes out. This one comes out. Ooh. It says, higher heart blessing, grace, with the Elohim and angels, communication, compassion, self-love, and innocence of being. Now, when I saw this, immediately I thought of these really wild, neon, fluorescent kinds of sea creatures that their bodies are made of light. And they live so far underneath the ocean that the light of the sun doesn't reach them. So their bodies are, there's a word for it. It totally escaped me, but there is a word for their bodies actually making these photons. And so it looks like they're little light beings floating in the middle of the sea, in the bottom of the sea, and flashing on and off. So it's reminding me of, even in the darkest places. Oh, thank you, Rob. Bioluminescent. Not the word I was actually thinking of, but I appreciate all of the help on what that word is. Bioluminescence. Ooh, Mercury Retrograde is doing a thing for me. So this bioluminescence, we are made of star stuff. Our bodies are made of liquid light. And your light is getting stronger and stronger with every step that you take. Sometimes, though, it gets a little flickery, but you are doing the work, and it's showing. You are lighting the way, and it's showing. So keep on keeping on. Keep your bioluminescence shining bright. There you are, dear. Thank you. Bioluminescent. Thank you. Of course, Allison. She is a wonderful artist. She posted a wonderful picture today that just took my breath away. I would love to have one of her pieces. Love, love, love it. Oh, this is for you. Look at this. Woo! Getting back to this feline energy, this is the Lyran feline gateway. So the Lyra constellation. This is the Lyrian gateway. Cosmic alchemy, sacred song, eye of truth, courage, nurturing, and way showing. And I'm feeling it very strong right now in between my solar plexus and my heart. So maybe where my diaphragm is, but I'm feeling this pressure, like the next phase of your artwork is going to, if you're open to it, is going to turn intuitive. Where you can offer your intuitive gifts through your artwork, like soul portraits or alchemical soul prints, or, I don't know what you want to call it, but offering that when you're seeing it from your heart and translating it onto the canvas or translating it onto the paper for people, and doing a lot more commissioned work. And I'm also being told to tell you that you have done such amazing healing. That your team, there are 5 of them right over to my left in white robes, and they are applauding you for all of the healing work that you have undergone. And just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for doing this work. Because when you do this work, you are healing 7 generations forward, 7 generations back. You're healing the whole community where you are based. You're healing the community where you were born. It's like I'm seeing all of these little fingers going out from all the healing work that you have done. Oh, that's big energy. Big energy. Take a big breath there. Oh, we have the next one. Oh, Kimberly says, that's amazing. I'm connecting with the star being, so it makes perfect sense. Very grateful for the message. Love and light. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Maureen says, the imagery on the cards is beautiful. Totally resonates. Past experiences and people resurfacing and eliciting uncomfortable feelings. Release, release. Yes, release, release, release. Do we have any more in the chat who would like a reading? Of course, Rob. And I'm just going to check my messages real quick to see if I had a couple messages in my personal messenger for a card. And I don't see any. So I want to make sure everyone gets one. Who wants one? Here you go, Rob. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is the Syrian water grid. Purity, health and vitality, authenticity, abundance, discernment, and flow. Okay, I'm just going to give you what I'm getting. You might, I don't know what you're going to think of this. So I'm just going to give you what I'm getting, but
totally resonates.
Thank you. Taking a cold shower. So like revitalizing your body with that burst of cold for as long as you can stand it, maybe up to a minute, starting with 10 seconds, then 30 seconds. And if you can stand it all the way up to a minute, just resets all of your bodies, the physical, etheric, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies on out. It's like a reset, a reboot. You're a computer guy in your regular life. You know what it means to turn things off and turn it back on again. So it's like a reboot. So at least once a week, they're telling me, like an ice bath. If you can go jump into one of those lakes up there where you live, do one of those ice swims, that would be fine. Or just do it in your shower. Blast with a little cold water to do that reset. And also, if you're able to go outside at least once a day and do like 3 bear breaths. That's what they're telling me. Bear, B-E-A-R. And like inhale a full breath in and then out. Doing that 3 times in the cold air in the winter and the spring air and the summer and all of that. That taking that in, filling the whole barrel of the torso, upper and lower lungs with the fresh air and then blowing it out. I did not know this, but I learned that through our breath, through our lungs, we release a lot of toxins. We eliminate so much through our breathing, and being able to take full breaths is helping our body expel what we no longer need, in addition to our other elimination systems that we know we have. So they're also telling me that I need to take note of this message too, that this is partly for me to work on my breathing. I tend to be a shallow breather. So that's another thing about when we have these message times and readings. If you can stay and tune into all of the different messages, I think that there are pieces and parts for all of us, if not just the color coding, the light codes on these wonderful cards. So that is your message. Now, I know there are some cards that I didn't, that we didn't get to see. So I'm just going to hold them up. This one didn't come up tonight, but I want to show you this one. Look at this. Look at that. This is the sea dragon. The spirit of color, spontaneity, dream time, manifestation, creativity, timelessness. Look at that. Look at those colors. Look at the light codes in there. Try to hide my fingers so you can see them a little bit better. We had this one. We had this one. We had this one. I don't think we had this. This one says Andara Crystal Gateway. Light body, awakening, peace, vibrance, integration, and expansion. That reminds me of some diamond energies that I work with when I do my own personal grounding in sacred space. Oh, we had this one, the Higher Heart Blessing. We had that one. We did have this one. We had the Lyrian Feline. And, oh, we didn't have this one. Look at this one. Ananda Unity, Sacred Space, Light Language, Avatar Consciousness, DNA Activation, Energy Healing, and Rebirth. Yeah. So again, the gal who designed these is Suzanne Amara. You can find her at Suzanne Amara on Facebook. She posts her artwork on Facebook every single day. She does light language, where she's actually creating these beautiful images. She's getting it right then and there from the sources of light. And I would love to be able to be part of one of those light coding sessions with her. Before you go, I want to tell you something that I have been working on. You may not know this. Some people do, that I create custom empowerment bracelets that correlate with your soul chart, your star chart. I really use the energy of your natal birth chart with astrology and what I've learned and what I understand, and I intuitively match that up with the crystalline energy that supports your particular chart. And the work that I'm doing is called, gosh, get my finger out of the way. It's called Zodiac Heart, Uniquely Stellar Creations. And so I've been doing this custom work, custom creations by astrologer and author Julie Hedges. myzodiacheart.weebly.com. The website is not quite ready yet with all of the bells and whistles. It's getting there, but that is my logo with Zodiac Heart. And just to show you a couple of my creations, I have kind of a whimsical way that I do things. These are part of my personal collection. I'm just going to hold this up. Here is, I love the little rose detail. And these are agates, kind of peachy agates with clear quartz in the middle. And then I use hematite as my backer. And why hematite? Because hematite grounds and it aligns to the body. So if we are using some of these crystalline energies, they might ask us to go high or to go deep. And so I use the hematite backers to help us integrate into our physical system. And I'll wear these two bracelets together. And so the second one here, whoops, there we go, is a shell. I don't know if that's coming through very well, but it's a shell bracelet with also cherry quartz on the end and a clear quartz with hematite backer. So these are part of my own personal collection, but I've been doing this for about a year. And so I'm available for custom pieces, and I have been asked now to create some of my work and have it in a local gift shop. So I'm really excited about that and getting prepared for it. But you can, if you are interested in some of the My Zodiac Heart work, there is an option on my website currently where you can get your soul chart and a bracelet done just for you. And that is www.forsoulempowerment.com. That's the numeral 4. Rob, if you don't mind to put that up, I'd appreciate it. www.forsoulempowerment.com. I am going to be doing a little updating of my website. There you go, forsoulempowerment.com. If you can put that up, yeah, thank you. forsoulempowerment.com. Oh, so we're at the top of the hour, and I just want to thank you all for tuning in. This is something that I wanted to do for the community. So this was just an inspiration, excuse me, late this afternoon where I thought, you know what? I want to do some card readings for my folks tonight. And Rob was available and willing to help me out tonight. And so I'm very thankful for the community to gather here in sacred space where we can work with these wonderful light codes. They just feel so tingly to me. And get some positive empowerment messages to help us out with this time of review and aligning and revisiting and releasing during Mercury Retrograde. So big cosmic love from my heart to yours. Good night, everyone. Bye.